Well, I'm Dr. Greg Forbes, the severe weather expert at the Weather Channel. I'm glad to be here at the 12th annual National Storm Chasers Convention. It kind of looked for a while like I might not make it with all the snowmageddon that's been going on the past 10 days. Atlanta was getting an inch per hour of snow while I was sitting on the tarmac trying to get out here, but was able to make it, so I'm glad to be here.
And how's the weather here?
Well, usually I come out here hoping, I'm a Pennsylvania native, so I usually try to get somewhere in the winter to see snow. Out of Atlanta, usually I figure I'll have a chance to see it here in Denver. Past few years I've come to Denver, there's been no snow. I go back to Pennsylvania for Christmas, there's been no snow, but this time it's snowing in Atlanta when I'm trying to come out here.
It's almost like summer here now.
Yeah, no snow on the ground here. It's warmer than Atlanta.
Yep, same way from Texas. It was the same way.
Yeah.
So, now you had a talk today. You have another one tomorrow?
I have a talk this evening. I'm the banquet speaker this evening, and I have another talk in 11 o'clock tomorrow. Sort of one of the tutorial type talks, talking about weather forecasting, and maybe if time permits, a little bit of flash flood forecasting.
We're looking forward to that one. Now, you've been coming to these for a while. Yeah.
I have. I've lost track. There was one I missed because I had to stay back to cover severe weather. But
I remember that
maybe the third or fourth, or maybe the fifth. I'm not totally sure.
Well, I know everybody's probably asked you this a dozen times today, but give us the long-range spring outlook for the severe weather.
Well, there's not a great deal of ability to predict that way.
Right.
We're in an El Nino, a moderate El Nino. There's been some tendency, but it's not perfect by any means, but there's been some tendency for past El Nino years to be a little on the quiet side for Tornado Alley, for the Mississippi Valley, for the Midwest. El Nino years have more had their signature for the Florida Peninsula in the winter season. So if that holds this year, it may be another bit of a bleak time. But on the other hand, El Nino is supposed to start to wane as we get towards summer, and again, El Nino is probably only about a 10% controller of the weather. So the one thing, if the kind of pattern we're in persists with these strong storms blasting across the Gulf Coast states, so far it's been too cold and stable for them to bring tornado outbreaks.
Right.
But if that persists for another month, we're going to be in trouble down in my backyard with the possibility of tornadoes.
Well, now, like the last couple of years, the moisture's been very bleak in the wintertime and early spring on the southern plains. We're like way opposite of that now. So how do you think that's going to play in?
Well, yeah, we've wiped out basically all the drought in Texas and most of the other locations. So my thought in the past has been that those droughts may allow the dry line to creep a little bit farther north and a little bit farther east than they usually do. This year we won't have that, so that may allow us to get more thunderstorms. Whether that
think we can keep the dry line back in the cap right for this time?
We'll probably have more normal positioning to the dry line, and of course it will set up unless we've been having a lot of these storms going across Mexico, and some of them have been putting some rain there, and of course some of the cap that we get comes out of Mexico. So when Mexico starts the spring at least wet, the cap is weak, so that sometimes means you'll get a lesser of a dry line, lesser of a cap. You'll get more thunderstorms, but more doesn't necessarily mean better in terms of the severities.
Right.
It's good to have a little bit of a cap there. So there's a lot of sort of trade-offs.
Being from Texas, I can tell you it's very nice to be rid of the drought.
Yeah.
I live out in the sandstorm country, so it's very nice that I haven't been having that. But I'm about done with the snow too.
Yeah, I'm done with the snow, and certainly there's been quite a bit of rain also in some places.
Lubbock put out the other day that we're actually double our annual at this point.
Yeah.
So we're doing well.
Well,
Vortex 2, you're doing that again.
Well, yeah, we're looking to. I believe the Weather Channel is going to be involved again in Vortex 2 with, I think, again, Mike Bettis in the field and me in the studio. I love interpreting and looking at photos, so any kind of video that's sent in or any kind of photos, and interpreting what's being seen in the field is exciting for me, as is just each storm occasion, anticipating ahead of time and then in real time monitoring the radars and and trying to keep ahead of the storm, I get a tremendous amount of pleasure out of that.
Well, you know, you have a little string of all the storm chasers. When Dr. Greg Forbes mentioned strong tornadoes that day, it sparks everyone. They look forward to that. So.
Yeah, well, they've set us up now with Facebook accounts also, so I'll probably be putting little snippets on Facebook about, in addition to
well, I'm going to have to go
cover
find
them
that.
on
That's
here.
good.
So
Awesome.
Facebook, the regular Facebook /TWC Dr. Forbes is the
excellent
is the special page to it. DRFORBE.
And this will actually post over from YouTube to Facebook, so they'll be looking for you on there too. All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks.